Hello and welcome to a time special presentation for Thirukkural with the Times, where we explore real-world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar as she explores the masterpiece. One of history's most terrifying moments, the Cuban Missile Crisis, dissolved because Robert Kennedy understood that language of diplomacy can prevent destruction. In today's world, the term has begun to look outdated. Too slow for modern wars, too quiet for social media, too nuanced for public anger. At an age where war and conquests were the order of the day, Thiruvalluvar had touched upon the art of diplomacy.
Diplomacy seems to be dying in full public view. The world watches wars in real time, missile by missile, outrage by outrage, and somewhere in that noise, the patient craft of negotiation appears to have fallen silent. Every conflict is framed as the final moral contest. Every side must win fully. Every concession looks like weakness. In such a world, diplomacy has begun to look outdated, too slow for modern wars, too quiet for social media, too nuanced for public anger. That's perhaps why the present war climate feels so frightening. Leaders talk about zero-sum narratives where compromises look impossible. They describe conflicts as existential struggles. Public opinion, nationalism, and digital outrage push them into hardcore positions. Social media rewards certainty, not caution. Diplomacy, however, depends on ambiguity, patience, and the willingness to let the other side retreat without humiliation. One of the most important terms in diplomacy is back channels, the unofficial, quieter routes through which hostile nations continue to speak even while denouncing each other in public. These hidden lines often prevent public brinkmanship from turning into a reversible disaster. But in today's wars, those back channels seem to have withered. That may be the clearest sign of diplomatic decline. For diplomacy rarely begins with grand summits. It begins with someone keeping one door unlocked. The Cuban Missile Crisis remains one of the finest examples of diplomacy saving the world. In October 1962, the Soviet Union placed nuclear missiles in Cuba, which is very close to the coast of the United States. President John F. Kennedy imposed a naval blockade. For 13 days, the world stood on the edge of whether a nuclear war will be declared between US and USSR. Publicly, both sides were unyielding, but privately, another conversation was taking place. Robert Kennedy, brother of John F. Kennedy, though officially the Attorney General, he became the most trusted back-channel negotiator for the president. At the height of the crisis, he met Soviet Ambassador Anatoly Dobrynin in a private exchange that bypassed public rhetoric and military posturing. The secret meeting mattered enormously. Publicly, the United States demanded that the Soviet Union remove the missiles from Cuba. Privately, Robert Kennedy conveyed a compromise. The United States would not invade Cuba, and its missiles in Turkey would later be withdrawn quietly. This gave Nikita Khrushchev, the Russian premier, what every successful negotiation often requires, a face-saving exit. Robert Kennedy communicated urgency without insult, danger without provocation. He did not merely negotiate terms, he created space for the other side to step back from the edge. One of history's most terrifying moments dissolved because one man understood that language can prevent destruction. During the Cuban crisis, both sides were trying to step back from the brink. Today, most sides appear determined to push the other back first. Diplomacy cannot work without at least a thin thread of mutual recognition. That thread now looks dangerously frayed. Tamil history offers a remarkable parallel. Avayar of Sangam age was not only a poet but also a back-channel diplomat. She belonged to the court of Adiyaman, ruler of Thagadu, present-day Dharmapuri. When war was brewing between Adiyaman and Thondaiman of Kanjipuram, Avayar went to meet Thondaiman. She was welcomed as a poet, though she came from the rival camp. Thondaiman showed her his shining armory. Avayar admired the weapons as bright, polished and new. Then came the warning hidden in praise. Adiyaman's weapons, she implied, were worn, broken and dented because they had already seen real battle. Her message was unmistakable. Your weapons are beautiful, his are experienced. History records that there was no war that happened between them. Perhaps Avayar's diplomacy stopped it before blood was shed. Today's world needs more women as diplomats. And more importantly, it needs more women making decisions about war, not as symbols, but as authorities. The masculine theatre of pride, retaliation, and total victory has brought enough ruin. Thiruvalluvar talks about the perils of war. He says in Kural 858, Igalirkku Edhirsaaythal Aakkam, Athanai Migalookkin, Ookkumaam, kedu. Turning away your focus from war and hatred will yield wealth. Indulging in war will hasten ruin. This truth is starkly visible today. War destroys lives, economies, institutions, and futures. When diplomacy dies, humanity pays the price.